So, good afternoon to everybody. I'm from Institute Nicola Poushkarov of Soil Science, Agrotechnologies and Plant Protection, which is situated in Sofia, Bulgaria. And this work, what I will present to you, is part of the project Nova Soil. It is innovative business models for soil health funded by the EU program Horizon Europe. We are 7 partners in this project from 9 European countries. We are from Spain, Germany, Latvia, Bulgaria, France, Denmark, Italy, Netherlands, and Estonia. What now? Okay. You know that soil is the foundation of our lives, home to a quarter of all terrestrial species, in plays a critical role in nutrient cycling, carbon storage, water filtration, climate change mitigation, food and drought prevention. Despite its fundamental importance, soil condition in Europe and globally is deteriorating with long-term consequences for food security and ecosystem integrity. In Europe, we have several strategies according to environment, but 3 of them are more important for soil health. The first one, this is Common Agricultural Policy. The second one is European Green Deal. Many of you know about this European Green Deal. And a very new, it is European Soil Strategy. The aims to comprehensive address soil issues and achieve land degradation neutrality by 2030. Focuses on protecting fertility, reducing erosion, increasing soil organic matter, and improving monitoring. So to answer to the requirements of these strategies, we develop a methodology for assessment of soil health and soil quality. We start to do this many years ago. First attempt was in 1970, when the first united system for agricultural land assessment introduced by Evgeny Petrov's team was published under the title Methodology for the Introduction of a Cadastre of Agricultural Lands in the People's Republic of Bulgaria. After the next few years, between 1970 and 1988, numerous studies conducted to improve the methodology. And in the end, in 1988, the updated version of the methodology for working on the cadastre of agricultural lands was published and was officially approved by our Ministry of Agriculture, and we're still working using this type of methodology. But this methodology is quite complicated, and it is not suitable for use from the farmers. Because of this, we decided to create a new methodology, more simplified, more usable, and comparable with FAO classification. What I mean, that at the international level, scientists from the Food and Agriculture Organization classification propose a panel that defines the concept of land use types and recommended classification based on assessment for specific type of land use. They propose to have 2 classes of land use. First one is class S, suitable lands. These are lands characterized by a certain type of sustainable agriculture with a defined purpose and method of land use. And the second one, unsuitable lands. These are lands whose characteristics prevent a certain type of sustainable agriculture with a defined purpose and method of land use. It is recommended that these 3 classes be distinguished for suitable lands class S and 2 classes for unsuitable lands. First one is S1, suitable lands. Second is S2, moderately suitable lands. and S3 limitedly suitable lands. And for unsuitable lands, we have also two classes, N1, currently unsuitable but potentially suitable lands, and for N2, currently and potentially unusable lands. So we start to develop our, let's say, new methodology for land evaluation, adheres to the limitation methods recommended by the FAO, and more precisely to those that consider the number and degree of existing limitations for a certain set of land characteristics, and it's tailored to the specific of agricultural production at the farm level. The study provides an opportunity for dynamic monitoring of changes in soil quality in accordance with the measures taken to improve their health. The purpose of the developed evaluation system for assessing the efficiency of growing agricultural crops and improving soil health in certain farms is to prepare a recommendation for the cultivated agricultural crops depending on climatic conditions and the state of soil color. Aiming the simplicity of the developed system and based on stakeholders and expert opinion, the finally selected soil characteristics are grouped into 4 large groups. As was mentioned before, the aim is to make it easier for the farmer to provide the necessary information and to be able to make data-driven decisions, taking into consideration the soil health and ensuring sustainable farm management. It makes it easier to define the necessary actions for their rehabilitation. Based on the selected 4 groups of characteristics, it could be made soil health assessment and to be prepared recommendation for the preservation and improvement. This enables the farmer to develop strategies for using the farm's land resources and to prepare economic assessments of the achieved results. So, which are these 4 groups? First is agroclimatic conditions, where we have 2 main characteristics, air temperature (SUM) and natural atmospheric humidification. The second group is connected with relief and stony soil. Here we also have 2 characteristics, prevailing slopes and stoniness of plowed soil layer. The third group is drainage conditions, also with 2 characteristics, textural differentiation of soil profile and groundwater level. The fourth group is connected with soil fertility. Here we have 4 characteristics: mechanical composition, root space, media reaction, and organic matter content. The whole number of characteristics is 10. The next step, we create 5 levels of restriction for every characteristics, which level of restriction has this meaning. First level L0, no restrictions. Second level L1, minor and light restrictions. L2, moderately pronounced restrictions. L3, strict restriction, and L4, very strict restrictions. Every restrictions we create depending of how they depend of how the characteristics influence on soil conditions and on requirements of crop estimate. So, for example, to understand what we mean, I will give you one example. Let's say for groundwater level. When the groundwater level is under 300 centimeters, we have no restriction. This is level L0. When the groundwater level is between 300 and 200 centimeters, this is minor level of restriction, L1. between 200 and 100 centimeters, we have L2 level of restriction, moderate, and between 150 centimeters, level L3 strict restriction, and if it is more than 50 centimeters, we have level 4, very strict restriction. So how does this system is working? We have 3 steps. First step is data collection, gathering necessary primary data on land futures using the provided table format. I'll show you the table later. The step 2, assessing each characteristics according to the developed credit rating scale. And step 3, final classification, summarizing result and categorizing land based on the agronomist provide. So for the first step, we ask farmers to fill up this table with the data for each of these 10 characteristics. After that, we estimate the characteristic according to the level of restriction between L0 to L4. And according to this, we have this table with criteria in which classes the level of, in which classes the project area is put it. For very good lands, we have no limitation, so we have restriction level L0, all of these characteristics, or up to 5 level L1 characteristics, one of these. For good lands, other criteria. For average good lands, we have different criteria, and for unsuitable lands, more than 4 characteristics of level L3, and more than 1 characteristic from level 4 of restrictions. According to this classification, we are able to recommend a soil health improvement. For first class S1, very good lands, the measures are fertilization, irrigation, bioprotective belts. For S2, good lands, the measures are fertilization, drainage, if necessary, amelioration. For S3, average good lands, the measures are anti-erosion measures, fertilization, weeding, stone removal. For class N1, badlands, the measures are anti-erosion measures, fertilizing, weeding, afforestation, and terracing. For N2, anti-erosion measures, preservation of forests, afforestation, and terracing. Which are the benefits of our methodology? For farmers, this is easy data collection with minimal costs, data-driven decision-making, clear recommendation for soil improvement, sustainable farm management, potential for increased productivity. For environment, we have improved soil health, enhanced biodiversity, better carbon sequestration, reduced erosion and runoff, appointment with European Green Deal goals. How it is possible to develop our methodology? First is to validate by testing the approach with farm data from different countries to ensure broad applicability. Web-based tool, developing a digital platform based on the methodology for easy access and application. Recommendation engine, creating an automated system to provide specific recommendations based on input data, and economic analysis, evaluating how soil restoration practices affect the income cost structure for farmers. As a conclusion, we maintaining good soil health is critical for achieving the goals of the European Green Deal climate neutrality, restoration of biodiversity, and sustainable for food system. This study presents an evaluation system of 4 groups of indicators with data that is easy to collect without or with low costs. The suggested approach is developed based on scientific methods recommended by the FAO and is adapted to the specific of agricultural production at the farm level. The 4 groups cover information for agroclimatic, terrain, and stony soils, drainage conditions, and soil fertility. It includes a total of 10 indicators. Also, the study suggests the ranking of all these indicators and algorithms for general evaluation and categorization of lands. The evaluation system allows farmers to determine the risk of soil health and receive specific recommendations for its improvement, leading to more sustainable and efficient agriculture. And in the end, I would like again that this work is under the project Nova Soil Innovative Business Models for Soil Health. Thank you for your attention.